Hello, you guys, and welcome to Part of Make It Fashion. I am Sander,
And I am Dennis.
and we are talking today about episode 5 of Cycle 4 of America's Next Top Model, The Girl Who Is Contagious.
But she isn't.
But she isn't.
But she,
But she isn't.
the girl. Do you know, when I hear Contagious, I immediately think of an Avril Lavigne song, Contagious, which was at that time.
Could be.
I'm not sure.
It was in Avril's peak.
It was at the Best Damn Thing album. But never mind. We're not talking about that.
I
We're
don't know
talking
the
about this
song.
episode. So contagious. It's
Oh.
so, but we're not talking about
No,
that.
Avril, no.
I find it hilarious that this episode starts with, well, Huvie, last week you had the worst photo in in the history of America's Next Top Model, and I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
The history is not that big. It's only 3 cycles. I mean, yeah, but there were worse pictures for sure.
yes,
I cannot think of one now, but there are a lot of bad pictures.
yeah.
I think this week all the pictures were worse than Yuvi's fish photo.
No, I don't agree on that, but
No?
like there have been worse photos where someone had like a weird eye or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they make too big of a thing out of it. But I think they also did it because we'll see later on in the episode that they need to find a storyline, because they also talk in the beginning about the scabs on Michelle's face.
Ooh, that's an ongoing storyline for the
And
whole
that's
episode.
like the red thread for the whole episode.
Poor Michelle, her flesh-eating bacteria. Well,
But,
okay.
Yeah, so it starts then after that when we have the thing, we go into a makeup class, and first we have an old person walking in, and we're all like,
Oh my
ooh, who
God.
might that be? Who might that be? And then it's Jay.
It's Jay, and then we're all like surprised. I'm like,
But to be fair, if you looked from a distance, you couldn't really tell.
yeah, but you
We
can...
looked it up front in a camera.
That's true, but you can hear that it's not his real voice.
Yeah, but you can be like, what?
Yeah, who is this? Yeah, okay.
Like, would you immediately think, oh, that must be Jay?
No,
Do you know
but
what I
like I think it was Tiffany said like I thought it would be Tyra instead of Miss J. I'm like, no, it's clearly more Miss J than Tyra at least.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But
How
yeah.
could you?
and why did they do this? I was thinking
This would have taken too much time.
no, but I was more like, okay, they want to make clear that makeup is important, but okay, this is not
No.
making it clear.
Makeup can make a change.
Oh, that's true, yeah. But then Keenyah said something like he only showed it to make it look that Michelle will also look pretty with her with her bacteria or something.
So Mr. J showed us that even though Michelle has scabs on her face, she can still look pretty. Love that one.
Okay, look,
It was
so mean.
hilarious.
I don't have anything to say about this challenge. You?
Well, yeah, it's funny that that Michelle, she gets very insecure and she's very like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But I'm like, girl, if you keep saying that the whole time, then it's not going to get better. You need to do something to find out to get better at it. Like, you have to learn, but she doesn't want to learn. She's
No.
like, she wants to be perfect immediately. But a little lesson from Dennis here. Perfection doesn't just happen. Perfection arrives when you let it grow. To be fair, nothing is perfect, but
Wow. Yeah, but you can tell her now that she's like only 18.
Yeah.
Right? They're so young.
yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting that she's so
Yeah.
young. Yeah. But
Who wins? Oh no, that's not the winner yet.
No.
that's
But
later.
the funny thing is, because she says as well, like, yeah, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm like, no, you're not a perfectionist. You're insecure because if you're a perfectionist, you don't care that you are like have to make mistakes to get better at something.
What's that?
Yeah. I see through that girl.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
through
yeah.
her. I was 18
good.
once too, a long, long time ago.
And did you feel you were a perfectionist?
Yes.
Yeah?
I said the same thing probably.
But you are not a perfectionist. I think you are, but I don't think you are.
You don't think I am? No.
No, I think you're more perfectionist than I am, but I don't think you are a perfectionist. I know people that are like, oh yeah, those are perfectionists.
Yeah. Like musical people.
Yeah, that they're in their own way the whole time. Like, come
No,
on,
I don't.
chill.
No, but that defines in what you look at a perfectionist. Because I think in a certain ways, like, I could be a perfectionist because I want things done like in a certain way.
But you're precise.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
a better
punctual.
way to put it. Well, sometimes.
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 Okay.
Then we go back to The Loft.
The Loft. And Brittany is talking about how annoyed she is with Noelle talking about her kids the whole time.
Who's Brittany? Oh, Brittany. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, Noelle, we know. You have a kid. Next.
Yeah, but that's
do you get annoyed by people talking about their kid the whole time?
No. Like, okay. So, but there's different circumstances. If you were to have a kid, and I would hang out with you, and you would talk about your kid all the time, yes, then I would get annoyed. But if you are away from your kid for a long period, and you start missing that kid, then I kind of understand because... Yeah, you need to get those feelings out in a way.
It's true. I mean, like, her kid is like 1, not even, I think. She's 20. I mean, she's there for a clear reason. She wants, work. And they make it now a little bit, of course, everyone makes fun about it. Oh, no, well, her kid. Yeah, it is a little bit annoying. But put yourself in her shoes.
Yeah.
But also, you can also say you went there yourself, but I don't know. Maybe not judge about it. I don't know. You don't have a kid.
Do you know what the thing is? Like I don't know. Maybe I think it's I understand why Brittany might be saying it, but I'm also like, girl, have some sympathy.
Have some sympathy. Yeah. And this is not the first episode she talks about it that much.
Well, we don't know what happened.
No, maybe
we don't know.
Constant.
Yeah, it could be a constant thing.
Yeah, because Tiffany doesn't talk about her kids.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I'm covering my mouth. Hopefully you heard me myself.
Yeah, but
okay.
Then they have their 1-to-1s with Tyra.
Ooh.
I think these were the first times where I was like, okay, they were, I wouldn't say genuine 1-to-1s, but there was like, okay, there's some stuff happening because it wasn't all about Tyra. The only thing that I find hilarious,
I know what you're going to say.
Keenyah was like, yeah, I'm just like still like you're in front, and then Tyra starts touching Keenyah. She's like, I'm real, and she
also
real,
quite
I'm
pinches
here.
herself.
And I'm just like, what? Yeah. But to be fair, that was the only part they showed where I was like, okay, you make it about yourself, because I think they talked about the other people a lot. Like they said, they talked a little bit with Michelle about like her face scabs and stuff like that. When she had the little talk with Tiffany, that Tiffany felt like, I was out of place, and she really was trying to, at least it came across as that she really tried to comfort Tiffany, and that like it felt for me, because before the 1-to-1s that we've had on different episodes, it's more like, but I did this, but I did that.
When I was a model.
I was. And now she was saying, like, she also said it, but it came across differently, because it was more, at least that's how it came across to me, that it was more like, well, I understand. It came more from an understanding place, that it was like, I had that situation too where I didn't know a thing, but you can, like she said to Tiffany, like, you can ask, or it's okay, or you can learn, it's fine. Like it became more teaching, coaching than, no, look what I did, and if I can do it, you can do it too.
That's true. I totally agree, because we always, well, I at least, but people in the world always bitch about Tyra being like so into herself, blah blah. But she only said like something like, Tiffany, it's okay, you don't know what caviar is. I also didn't know. So it's in a way like, I understand you, instead of, hey, what you said, I did it as well, so you can do. Like, I'm a supermodel. Yeah, I agree.
She also said to Tiffany, be like, you can ask questions, and like, yes. Helpful. And same thing with like Michelle, we should get you a dermatologist. I'm like, they should have done that like a day ago, but never mind.
I'll get to that later, but
but like, it was, I felt that these conversations were more, I wouldn't say helping, but more supportive maybe.
I agree, I totally agree. And you can tell that she has some interest in at least a few of those girls. I think she really cares about, well, not maybe really cares about Tiffany as a person, but she really wants Tiffany to do well.
Yeah.
You can tell. Well,
she's rooting for her.
She is rooting for her. Here she is.
We'll know about that a couple episodes later, I think.
Ooh, I can't wait.
And then from there we go into the makeup challenge.
And Dennis, do you know what haute couture is?
It's a brand, right?
But it's not like the literal translation of high fashion.
It's a French word.
It's French for high fashion.
I have no idea.
But they were all like, what? What the fuck? I'm like, shouldn't you know? I don't know if you should know, but...
I don't know.
We don't know, but we are not models.
Well, I don't know. If someone would have said to me at 8, I was in a different time. I don't know.
No one knew, so maybe it was not that...
well, but to be fair, when someone would say to me, because I don't think I know what haute couture really is. Like, I have maybe an idea, but like, I would know that it's not like a normal makeup look.
Yeah, it's something like, or futuristic, or like super extreme, maybe.
But then I'm also thinking like, right, because the last couple of years I've seen a lot of makeup looks on Instagram and stuff like that. So at that time I had no idea. So maybe, I don't know. I just find it very weird from the whole challenge is that only Naima had a really good face.
Because I also think that Top Model itself, the show, I think they talked about haute couture before.
Haute couture.
Haute couture.
They talked
So
about
they
the
should
haute
have
couture
known it through the show. But Noelle doesn't know because she cannot watch. It was so early 2000s. I cannot watch a runway show on television having a son who turns the TV on on and off every 3 seconds. I'm like, were there back then runway shows on television?
Yeah, because you didn't have YouTube.
Yeah, I know, but was there like a show next to Victoria's Secret that you were watching? Like, here's the show. Like,
yeah, you have networks and fashion networks, fashion or something like that.
We don't have those. We
No.
never had those.
No.
But they had them in America. That you
Yeah.
can, like ESPN for the sports or whatever
Yeah.
that is. And then you also have them for the fashion.
Yeah, I think you do.
But how boring looking at a fashion show for an hour.
No, I would love.
Yeah, only in real life I would love it.
No, I think on camera, like if I sometimes now on Reels on Insta. By the way, this is a promotion tool for Instagram. If you're not using it, no, okay.
Follow Papa Make It Fashion.
But like you see runways sometimes coming through with people. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I also love it now, but not for like an hour, like for 10 seconds.
No, but a runway show is never an hour.
No? I've never been to one.
Well, they show like 20 people, 20 looks. So
Yeah.
that doesn't take I think a runway show is really quick. Maybe like 30 minutes tops.
Why haven't we ever been invited since we do this podcast for a runway show? We're not big enough yet. Come on, people. I want to have an invite, like a VIP.
Have you never ever seen a runway show?
Not in real
You
life.
have? No, come on. I used to run runway shows
You did one?
when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
You were a model?
When I was a kid.
I know everything about you except the most important thing in your life, being a model.
Yeah. I did it like a couple of years. It was for a store, and they asked us once because, okay, not to be blunt, but because we were, because I'm tanned and my sister is tanned as well. So they were like, "Oh, that's a nice mix-up. Make it diverse." Which, hey, here for that.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so they asked us, and then after that year, every year we kept doing it. So I think my sister could only do it for 1 year or 2 years, and I did it for like 4 years. And even after,
Did you get money for it?
no, of course not.
Oh.
I was whoa! I didn't get.
Why did they pay your mother like 10 euros?
It was because it was fun. It was fun.
So you're that girl from the mall.
I think we
Walking through the mall, looking like a model, trying to be a model. That's you.
Yeah, that was me. And the funny thing was, no, we did get a discount on the clothes that we were wearing.
But for what brand was it?
It wasn't a brand. It
Or
was
what store?
the store was called Woods.
Woods.
It wasn't. It only had 3 stores.
Do you have pictures of it?
I
Or
think
like
I
on
do.
video?
I have a picture on my Instagram. I think about it. Like in old school, you see me dancing because first.
Oh, I know that picture. But it's a modeling show.
Yeah,
Isn't it
because-
like you were dancing outside.
Yeah, but that's the funny thing. So first it was we were doing. People don't care about this, but just a quick side story.
No,
first
to get
the
to know
first-
each other.
The first couple of years that I did it, it was on a runway in the city, and then after a while they were like, we don't want to do that anymore, so they did it because it was like a runway weekend. So they did it in front of the stores, and then it wasn't with people from the group, but they asked my dancing team that I was in. So we did like a dancing show in front of the store with the new clothes.
Yeah, but that I think I see that that
Yeah.
photo or that video. I don't know. I've seen something of that. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I've seen I've seen
Ik
a
heb hiervoor toegang tot je Spotify.
no, stop.
Siri. I get so scared. It's so loud.
But it should be on. Never mind.
No.
They're always listening, but no. But I've seen runway shows at American Fashion Week.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I used
in
to
New
work-
York.
Amsterdam Fashion
Oh,
Week.
I
I'm
was saying
sorry.
American Amsterdam Fashion Week. Oh.
Yeah, because I used to work there in hospitality. Because I used to host it at the place where I used to work in a restaurant, and they were like, "Do you want to see a show?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" So
Of course. Oh, maybe I saw something of Holland's Next Top Model once.
I think you see
Because it's
you've
been in
seen-
Haarlem.
but you've seen a runway show in your mall
Yeah.
sometimes, like, and those are models
Yeah, that's
too.
true. Maybe I did it. Yeah.
Maybe not a high fashion, maybe not
No,
haute
not
couture.
no. It's not an Amsterdam Fashion Week. I've never been there.
not a haute couture.
Not haute couture.
Um,
Okay, but the
yeah,
challenge.
So and Naima
Naima
wins.
won.
But what's really important, what I think in this episode as well, Michelle, she says, no matter what I do, I can always do better. And then I'm like, yeah, but that's the case even if you did very well. Like, if you think that and you take it as like a negative thing, being like, yeah, no matter what I do, I can always do better. If you make it a negative thing, because that's how she said it. She was like, yeah, no matter what I do today, like, I can always do it better. And I'm like, but that's not what it's about. It's about what you can do in the moment. So even that, though you have the scabs on your face, work with the scabs.
Work with the scabs.
Yes.
Although this is a line that someone who is a perfectionist would say, so maybe she is a
Yeah, but it's-
perfectionist in the
but-
the making.
But it's a wrong thing to say, because the thing is, you can always do better. Even if you're number one, you can always do better. Even
You
if you've
can
hit your...
improve yourself.
Yes, there's always something to improve. But the moment that... So
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you need to... well, she's now older, but like at that time, I would hope that she would realize like that's always the case. Only the thing is that you should understand that you are trying to do the best in the moment that you can do.
And I think
I
that
should be her
Janice,
coach.
you should. And I think that Janice said it very well at the judging. She said like, if you would have walked straight up to me, I wouldn't even have seen your skin. But you were walking like, oh, I have something like a dark secret, that she said. I'm like, yeah, that's a good advice. And I hope she will take it.
Yeah. We'll see next episode.
We'll see next episode.
Well,
but,
or not. Maybe she... No.
Know. We'll see. Okay, but Naima picks Yuvi and Christina to get a custom-made handbag.
Yeah, but ugly.
Whatever.
Ugly.
I think the early 2000s is the ugliest time for fashion. With
It's
those
just
pointy heels and the short skirts.
Yeah, it's very... Well, the short skirts are cute, but I think it's very pedestrian all.
But I don't think this will come back. Like, you now have a little bit the 90s. You think so?
I didn't think that low-cut jeans were coming back
That's
with like
true.
the white pipes, but
Yeah.
they're coming back too, and it's like all the rage
But I hope
right
they'll
now.
come back with a twist. Because
That's always the case.
Yeah. I like 80s looks. I like the 90s. But these early 2000s, it's so Paris Hilton trashy a little bit. You know what I mean? Like a Chihuahua look. I don't know what it is, but yeah, whatever.
It'll probably come back because I will guarantee right now we're saying ew, and then in a couple years we'll be like, oh my god, love it.
That's true. I threw away so many clothing pieces that I was like, oh, now I would wear it again. I would not fit in them though, but now and then the whole big thing about poor Michelle sleeping, and they're all going to talk about because Noelle gets a phone call.
It's so funny how it starts where like Noelle is calling her mother, and then she talks about like, yeah, there's this girl, she has like this flesh-eating bacteria. Like, I'm like, this is how gossip starts, by you just making up something, be like, she has a flesh-eating bacteria. Like, where did that word come from? She just had a scab on her face, and you make it into, and then her mom goes, oh my god, it's in the news. It's in the news. Like, this is how gossip starts.
Like, they will die horribly or something.
Like, and antibiotics don't work. People are dying from this, girl. People are dying. And then I love it that everyone starts calling the mother because Rebecca calls her dad, Tatiana calls her mother, and then I think Keenyah also calls her mother. And then in the end, and they're all hyping each other up because everyone's like, yeah, it's on the news. Yeah, this flesh-eating bacteria. Oh my god, it's really...
All freaking out in the kitchen.
And they're all like, oh my god, and Yuvi is like scratching herself like, no, I used the same makeup. And they're all going crazy. And then Tiffany calls her grandmother, and her grandmother's like, girl, no.
Yeah, so, did you hear about it in the news? Did you not hear about it?
Don't you have something better to do?
But, I mean, like, okay, if you hear this, instead of gossiping about it, and also make it a little bit like a funny scene, and then walking past Michelle's bed, looking if she's still alive, go to her if you're really concerned. This was mean girl behavior again, just like last episode when she was hit in the shoe store.
Yeah.
I am so on Team Michelle for this.
Yes.
Poor girl. You're only 18.
Yes, I agree. But it's also like, it just, like Noelle, a flesh, like, where did that come from?
Girl.
Oh my god. It's just like, this is, it gets me mad. It gets me riled up.
But then, no, we'll get to that later. Because we go to the photo shoots.
Yeah, we go into the photo shoot. To be continued.
Yeah, the photo shoots. Be ready to show your true colors, was the Tyra mail. And I was like, colors. We know what's coming up.
You know what's coming up. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't know, but I was like, oh, yeah, this is the shoot. The shoot with all their changing of their ethnicities.
Because apparently there was a big...
Yeah, there are like 2 shoots in America's Next Top Model in this cycle, but also in cycle 13 when they do it, and it was like a lot of backlash about it, that they do like the stereotypes and also like blackface, you know. It's, I don't know, it's...
Yeah, but
you wouldn't do it now.
No, I think now it would...
Inappropriate or something?
Well, I don't... It's always a hard thing, I think. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
Is it in... I don't know. Because the thing is, like, I didn't feel like they were making fun of the ethnicities. Like, the goal of the shoot was that they wanted people to change their ethnicity. That was the goal of the shoot.
Yeah, but I think... And then I speak only for myself and not for other people, is that me personally, I'm not affected with the stereotypes because A, it's not about my culture in this episode, but also that my culture, I don't know, you know, I don't know if I would be an Indian, if I would see it like so, you know?
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Or with like...
and that's maybe the thing.
What was Tiffany with the 2 braids? Like...
she was African as well, right?
Yeah, African American, but like with the 2 braids, like... Yeah, I don't know. It was so like, I think it's culturally inappropriate, but
Well,
I
I
don't
think
know.
you know what
It's
do you know
hard.
what the thing is now? Like now they would say like, why do you have to change people's ethnicity? Maybe where you could have chosen each and every one of the girls and celebrate their own ethnicities or celebrate
That's
what they
a
have.
very good
And
question.
I think that's maybe where it can be a triggering thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, because it's hard to say. And also, I cannot say enough about it because for me, it's I don't know, but I can imagine that people feel like, okay, this
Yeah.
is not okay. You can hurt people's feelings, or it's
Yeah, I kind of agree
Yeah.
with that too.
Yeah.
Like if you come from, like for example, Keenyah, she was made Asian, and then if you look at it, and if you're an Asian person, then you're like, you could be like, well, I don't know, like you could be offended maybe. Like I could understand that in a way.
yeah, because it's the typical
Yeah.
thing you would think an Asian person might be. I don't know. I don't know what a typical Asian would look like, but I think they make it so stereotypical that they. And of what you said, that's also good that we also have to be aware that they didn't make fun of it. They didn't make it
Yeah.
negative, but it's still your culture. It's not like how you look, and that's what Naima said very beautifully. Like it doesn't really matter. It's something she said about it comes from the inside or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
really
like,
matter
yeah.
what you look like.
Yeah.
It's more like what you bring from the inside. I think she said that
Yeah.
really
And
beautifully.
here they only do it how you look, and that makes it a little bit like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm really
that
on the
is
fence
maybe
with
the
this.
case. That is more that it's about the look instead of that it's not a feeling.
Yeah.
Whereas and ethnicity is not just. Oh, yeah, I think you put the.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on that one.
And then also the weird ones, an Icelandic
Oh my God.
Scandinavian. What the fuck is an Icelandic? Yeah,
It's two
Iceland
separate
is,
things.
like, Iceland is not part of Scandinavia, right? Because you have like
No.
Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland.
Yeah.
I think Iceland is next to it, and I think the people.
Well, it's further than
near-
England, I think.
It's much more north or
Yeah.
northwest. I don't even think Iceland is part of Scandinavia. So what is an Icelandic Scandinavian?
Yeah, it was.
And then you also had a Swedish person. What is the difference then between that? You
oh
know.
my God! Yeah.
So
because that was weird.
I would also find it weird if they would say like, "Oh, we go to make you Dutch," and then they put on clogs. I'm like, we don't wear those things. No,
Well, but to be
I don't
fair-
know anyone who does that.
Oh, my dad wears them.
Clogs?
Yeah.
No, not Crocs, but clogs.
Hawks, yeah,
Really?
yeah. When he goes into the garden and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like not. I think people always think that we have two braids. We have like we eat cheese and we wear clogs and we have flowers
But
in
we
our
do
hands.
eat a lot of cheese.
But who doesn't?
Yeah,
Everywhere you go, there's cheese.
that's true. But
and they're not all from Gouda.
yeah, that is also true. A lot of them are French, probably.
French or Italian. Is Italian food? No, that's more sausages, I guess.
I think Italian cheese. You have that mozzarella. Is that Italian?
That's Italian.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. So there's been
Or is
a lot
that
of
Greek?
Greek. I don't know.
No, that's Greek
not-
salad. It's not mozzarella.
No, that's
feta.
I don't know.
Okay, we have to stop with this.
Okay, we're
But
talking
we
a lot
are-
about different
Yeah.
things than the episode
Yeah,
on this
but,
episode.
but I just want to let the viewers know that we are a little bit like we know the problematic things with it, but thank God it was not negative portray. It was not a negative portrayal.
I think,
but it was a weird shoot.
But I think also that's I think what's important from this as well is that now is what we said as well. Like now these days, this wouldn't happen that quickly because now we know better. But at that time, I don't think people realized it.
Yeah.
So it's also a thing that's like, it's okay to do something wrong. Just learn from it.
yeah, it's weird, right? That it's in 20 years. Thank God that many things changed, and they are going to do it again in like 9 cycles. In cycle 13, they do it again.
Which year was that then?
I think 2009.
Yeah, but to be fair, then it wasn't a
it
big
is a
thing.
there's a quick change.
Well, I think it's always been there probably, but not now. It's becoming more and more like a big topic, which
And
is
thank
good.
God.
Yes.
Thank God. Thank God. Yeah. Okay.
Thank God.
Thank
You
God.
become religious. Look at you go. Look at you go.
They have to think about dairy girls, so they say "Sweet Mother of God." They don't always say "Sweet Jesus." Okay,
But what? So, wait. We start with the shoot. So we first
yeah.
heard with like it's all ethnicities and stuff like that. They're going to change them up, and then they're like, yeah, and you're also going to do it with kids. And I'm like, they did this on purpose just to. I can't say the word. Well, I can, but I don't want to.
do it. We
Just
are
to fuck,
explicit.
yeah, just we are explicit. Just to fuck with Tiffany and Noel.
Yes.
That was the goal, I think, from this. Like, because what did the kids add?
And can I say another thing? That
Yes.
they didn't add anything. I also think they already determined that Michelle would not get a baby because she has an infectious disease, and that other girls would be even more mad at her. That it's an unfair thing. Because that poor kid that would be on the photo shoot, they could have done something else. I think they already planned this.
I don't think so, because she got sent away to the doctor
Yeah.
during the shoot.
But why then? Why 5 minutes before the shoot?
That is
Tyra was
true.
talking about it already
is
in her
true.
one-on-one. They waited
That is
until the
true.
shoot because she was there. Also said like, I hope I will make it to the shoot. There's also another cycle. I'm going away, but it's a cycle 10. Fatima.
I'm going away.
No,
Okay,
no,
bye.
no. But then in cycle 10, all the girls go abroad. The last 6 girls,
Yeah.
and then suddenly Fatima says, "Oh, I don't have a passport," and she's one of the contestants. And then during the photo shoots, they take her to the embassy to get her passport. I'm like, they knew she didn't have her passport, and they wait until the last photo shoot to make a big scene. And this is the same thing with this.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I think so too. I totally agree.
And oh my
But
god,
yeah.
what the fuck is up with the wig of Yuffie? They did her so dirty. It didn't look good on her.
It wasn't a good wig, eh? It wasn't
No.
a good wig. No.
But do you think Michelle got an advantage with the doll, or do you think she had a disadvantage?
I think a disadvantage because I think I think kind of both actually. It was an advantage that she didn't have to carry a big weight, but then again, she is strong, so she could have hold the kid up. But I think the disadvantage of it is that what they said as well is like you don't have something to interact with, and even though it's hard to not interact with a kid, I don't know. I think
it works both ways.
It's hard, but it brings out new things.
And it's also scary in these kind of situations when you get an advantage. The judges will always use it against you. You even didn't have a baby, and you still, you should have made it work even better.
Yeah.
It's always you don't want an advantage at the shoot. Actually, also there's like prizes you get extra shots sometimes, like in challenges. And later on, it's like, oh, you won your challenge, you get 50 extra shots on your shoot.
Oh yeah.
And then they will always say like, you had 100 shots, or you didn't need it, or like even with 100 shots, it's a bad photo. It's even worse now. They will always make it bad. I don't know.
It's a high or a low. But yeah, and then the funny thing during the shoot, because Michelle goes to the dermatologist or the doctor and they find out like it's just a bacteria, they can treat it and whatsoever. And then you see in a confessional Tatiana, yeah, I think we made it a little bit bigger than it actually was. I'm like, girl,
a little bit
bigger.
You were scared of dying.
Oh, dear
Oh my
Lord.
God.
But I loved it also as well that the makeup artist stuck up for Michelle.
Yes, at least she's more pretty. Or something.
No. Where Tiffany was like, this is not fair that she gets to just hold the baby like a doll. It's lighter. And then the makeup artist like, girl, she has flesh-eating bacteria on her face, so chill down.
Chill down. Yeah, I love it. And Michelle was laughing like,
It was too cool.
Yeah.
It was too cool. Okay, then we go into the judging. There was a challenge. I don't want to talk about it because it's bullshit again.
Full fierce night out look.
No,
Whatever.
just why not? Who were your tops?
I find it with this photo shoot, I find it very hard to decide because it's so much with the makeup and the things, and it's all fair. They're all only stand, you know what I mean? And like, what do I like? The only thing that I saw is that one of the only ones who had like a sprinkle in her eye, like sparkle. A sparkle in her eye was Rebecca for me.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know why they hated it. I kind of liked Michelle's photo. Rebecca and Michelle, I think they were my favorites.
Oh no.
Who were your
I think
favorites?
Michelle was fine. I think with this shoot, there were a lot of people who were fine, and there was only one person where it was actually there was only one person. See, I can speak English, and now I'm saying it sounds like I fit. Ah, never mind. I'm sorry, wrong.
We'll cut it.
We'll cut it out. But no, I only had one person where I thought was like, yeah, that was a good one, and that was Keenyah.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that photo was really nice. I think Rebecca also was nice, but that was like okay, like good, okay. Like it wasn't average. But I thought Keenyah was like wow to me.
Yeah, more because of the makeup than because of what she did, in my opinion.
But I think it was the look that she gave for me that made it more intense. And I think,
she had a cool eye. That's true. It was like,
but I think Rebecca was also really good. But I only had one top, and though there was only one bottom for me, and that was Noelle.
Yeah, for me, Noelle, but also Tatiana and Yuffie were nothing. But Noelle,
yeah, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I find it a bullshit shoot to be sent home for because it was just a very boring shoot.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know where to judge on. Like, what is a good? I don't know.
Well, the thing
they all look the same.
What they were all judging was like how they can convey like the different ethnicity in this.
Yeah, but also then Tyra was saying to Tiffany, "It's not coming from within." I'm like, what? How do you? Are you really meaning that, or are you just talking out of your ass?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can say whatever you want, of course, as a judge, and we will believe it. You're like, oh, Tyra said it. I didn't see it from within. Okay, whatever.
That's true. But so the actual tops were Rebecca, Christina, and Tatiana.
Yeah.
I was surprised that
It was
Tatiana
a
was in
random.
there.
I think they still do a little bit of a random call out because like Brittany was very low, and then Tyra was also saying like, "You rocked this week, girl, a gorgeous picture." So I think the only one that they really said Rebecca was clearly their favorite, and for the rest it didn't really matter what the order was.
Yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
think that would make a lot more sense.
And not a shocking bottom two, Yuvi and Noelle. Poor Yuvi again.
Yeah.
For Noelle, it was the first time in bottom two, I think.
Yeah. But for Yuvi, I wasn't surprised because I think for the storyline, because she also said in the confessional, like, if I'm in the bottom two again.
Yeah. Yeah, first the worst photo. And now it is, of course, they can always make that nice scene like, the one has what the other needs. Like, one has potential and the other has great photos. And I'm like, did Noelle really have great photos?
No.
They were okay.
When they show them, because Noelle gets sent away, when they show her pictures, I was like, there's only one where I was like, wow.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one I liked. I think the
first
alien.
one.
Yeah, the alien shoot. Yeah, because we're like, yeah, Yuvi, you have all the potential in the world, but not the good photos. And Noelle the other way around. We're like, yeah, she doesn't have a lot of potential because she looks like she is 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
But she also doesn't have very interesting photos.
Yeah.
So it was fair for me, but I think it's fair that she was sent home.
I agree.
And now only 10 girls remain.
Yeah,
Finally, a few are gone, and I don't know. I liked this episode more. You said you were more, but
yeah, I thought. Well, we talked about it a lot, but
we talked, because it was quite a problematic episode.
Well, we also
But
talked about my runway shows and everything.
Oh, that's true. Oh my God.
We went a little bit off, but all good. Thank you all, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks or the next time we'll have another episode.
Bye. Bye.